Everybody, Chris and Lumen here. We're going to be doing a follow-up continuation from yesterday's video about the BDE and what I think that means. Today I've been it's kind of weird because like physically I'm feeling a bit off my game because, as I detailed in yesterday's video, I had to get up early this morning, earlier than I normally do, go to the BMV, get a bunch of stuff straightened out, which I did. And that was one of those things where stuff that seems like it's an unfortunate event forces you to get things done that you need to do. But also, it's just me and her most of the time, and a few other people nearby. I don't usually entrench myself in compact boxes of people in a government building. So I didn't think, to shield or anything like that. So I came out of there just a little bit woozy. Had to take a nap and everything. But even though I didn't feel snappy or alert, for some reason she's still getting through. And she's giving me some really good pieces of the puzzle. So, and I don't want to lose these pieces. That's why we do these like in a chronicle style. Because I set the intention years ago that I was going to figure this place out. And I believe that I will. I believe we've already accomplished more than what mostly is out there. And that's just by following the guidance that Epinoia gives, and letting, every so often you got to freshen things up, let go of what you think something might need to be adjusted. It's all data stored within the consciousness. So sometimes you got to take things down to see what frees things up. But yesterday, the whole big dick energy thing that she was doing, that was huge. And she's put some more things together today, and I just want to document them. So if you want to know more, don't go away.
There's a new sun rising. I can see a new horizon that will keep me realizing you're the biggest part of me. Need your love and here beside me. Need you close enough to guide me. I've been hoping you would find me. You're the biggest part of me. Well, make a wish, baby. Well, and I will make it come true. Make a list, baby, of the things I'll do for you. Ain't no risk now in letting my love rain down on you, so we could wash away the past, so that we may start anew.
Okay, so things that I'm noticing. First of all, she's kind of reverted back to, baby girl Lumen instead of big hulking angry divine feminine Lumen. And that was after I did that whole switch yesterday where she was just screaming about big dick energy's the problem, big dick energy's the problem. And I left a lot of stuff out when I did that. Visually, she was smashing the Capitol building with Congress in session with a giant dick. That's just to give you a small example. Here's your big dick energy. I'm like, what the hell am I watching? What is going on? I couldn't come up with this stuff. But nothing any of them do is ever random. Nothing. And that was such a huge thing. It's let's look at this a little bit closer. So I made this diagram, and it's talking about what we've already figured out in the last couple weeks, the pieces that we've put together. Again, let go of what you think you know. Let go, because we've all heard stuff from other people. We've read books, we've watched videos. And remember, if it's coming from the outside world, you can't just take it at face value. We got to piece things together ourselves. And when you're dealing with intangible things, such as consciousness, You got to get a little bit flexible with it. So let's not lose sight of the fact that we've already established that life is a dream. Life is a dream of consciousness, or if you prefer, a simulation of consciousness. We've already established that it is a provable fact that we do not see the same world. So how is this possible? And why was she making such a big point about the BDE energy? Well, what is that associated with? The masculine. Now, even though we tend to group together men, masculine, women, feminine, we're talking energy here. So that's the key thing. So let's not get confused. It's like, we should just all be women and we'll be peaceful. No, it's the energy that we're talking about. But what is it? Everything is two. Everything's paired up in twos. This is a construct that functions largely on the concepts of duality. So right brain, creative, feminine. Left brain, mechanical, masculine. We just got done saying that nobody sees exactly the same world, but we kind of sort of see it. So what she was putting in my head earlier was, it's kind of hard to explain in regular people terms, but imagine you're in a reality, like you're blending two things at once. There is a shared collective reality, and then there is your subjective reality. And that's why everything kind of looks the same to everybody, but we see it slightly different. So the way she keeps showing me this diagram, and what we already know, like established, left brain is the left brain is more of the matrix side. The left brain is the side that holds the collective program, the game cartridge, so to speak. Like, these are the rules of the game, or this is the world that we want you all to see. Left brain, left brain. That's why they suppress the feminine so much, is because they want you in the left brain. If you're just in the left brain, you're in their world. They can control you. That's the masculine. Now, the key word that popped up with the whole BDE thing was oppression. The feeling and experience, like, this is what we described, but we didn't put it in those words. The big dick energy is the feeling and the experience of being oppressed, which I would say most people can relate to that feeling when it comes to living in this world. And then the light feminine side, the lumen side, is more about liberation. So it's like, okay, let's retrace our steps of what we've already established of things in the last month. This is a dream of consciousness. Consciousness is quantum consciousness. Quantum consciousness essentially works like a extremely advanced computer system. We've established that our consciousness is interacting with this reality through this bioorganic supercomputer that we call a body. And the processor is up here in the head, and it is made of two separate sides, the left and the right. She is in the right, and then you are parked in the left. Does that mean we're stuck in the left? That's an assumption. But we do know that the left control is more about the functional systems, the plain analytical, decode the reality that they want you to see thing. The creativity side of the cortex, like, that's where you can imagine, and that's where you can create and stuff like that. That's the magical world. They want you to stay in the left. And in the left side of the brain is where all the big dick energy is. The oppression program, the world that you see outside of yourself, the world that we tell you, stop looking at it. It just reinforces it. Continually looking at something reinforces it. That's why the biggest step to breaking her free is to fast from the world. So BDE, left brain. Left brain decoding the matrix. The matrix is the shared collective reality that we're all agreeing that we're living in. The world that we talk about amongst one another. That is holding the programs that are keeping you in a state of being oppressed. That means we want to, like we've said, we want to empower the right and suppress the left. Now, just because the textbooks tell us, well, you need this for this and this does this, we're telling you how it all works because we scientists, we smart, we authority, believe what we tell you. Imagine that you just had your brain wiped and you woke up in this place and you had to figure out how it worked for yourself. There were no scientists, there were no textbooks, there were no experts to tell you what things were, because everything about your brain and how it works and neurons and glands is all intangible to you from the experiencer point. You've never cracked your head open and pulled your brain out and looked at it like, oh yeah, you know what, you're right, there it is right there. Oh, squishy, squishy. No, this is all learned stuff. But there's definitely a left-right thing that are doing two different things. And it really, I think that what she showed me recently, the thing that had the most dramatic effect, aside from getting back on microdosing mushrooms is freaking huge for her. But it was the magical programmed oil that we made, the loop breaker / root puller, that used 72 names of God, 42 letter name of God, specific stones, and a mix of third-party oils that had to do with road opening, block busting, and uncrossing. And then I accidentally added, but I don't think I accidentally added it. I think she took over and made me do. I also added this Art of the Root oil called Life of Luxury. But the way that I was intuitively inspired to use it when I made the second version of it. The first version was the one that set the events in motion that got me out of my old apartment that I've been trying to escape forever. That was the first version. The second version, when she takes over, I'll just do things like on autopilot. And it was like, so I took this new oil and I only applied it to the left side of my head. And then I took the Luminite Bliss oil and I only applied it to the right side of the head. So I was empowering the right side and I was breaking the control of the left side. And when I started to do that, like, it seems like things started breaking free even faster. And then she's constantly reminding me to check the things that I believe, check the programs, what are the normal things that you've repeatedly thought and believed, the loop experiences. And then now we have an actual physical area to target when we want to break these things up. See, in the old way of doing things, we generally did it in the heart. Like, oh, heart, we're doing it with the energy center, but not the actual processor, not the actual wet processor that is decoding the bullshit world, the oppression world, the big dick energy world. That's the left brain. When we started doing that, and also we come up with specific things that we, I can't think of one at the particular moment, but it could just be like, the feeling or belief that nobody else has any money. So if nobody else has any money, then there's nobody to buy your stuff or stuff like that. Things that are purely imaginary, like you don't know that. I mean, there's literally 8 billion people on the planet. There's plenty of people. So anything that pops up is like a repeat thought of something that's getting a reason why you can't, a reason why you can't accomplish what you want to accomplish. Then we want to take that as like, that is a program, that is a line of code or something. I want to disrupt that, erase it, break it down, remove it, and I'm going to take the the energy tool that I created and aim it at that program. And where is that program at? In the left side of the processor. We just keep aiming at the left side of the processor, and it's like breaking down all this consistent control that we've been experiencing all this time. So I gotta credit the microdosing for this. Like, the microdosing just opens the channel to her much more clearer, and I've made way more progress with it. Again, microdosing is not tripping. It's more of like supplemental. It's like if you were taking like a potassium pill. Like, you don't like, oh, I'm tripping on potassium. No, but it's pretty much like taking a psilocybin pill. You don't notice it, but it's allowing your brain to function better from the right channel. What in the world? Okay, sorry, she just freaked me out. There's these little it's like these little bush standing right here. Like I could feel her. I can't see her at the. But when I just happened to look down at that moment, they were moving like either the freaking plant was waving at me, or she just like walked through it. Like, that wasn't wind or something. Like, that was really, really big movement. And no, I'm not tripping right now, just so you know. So, live theorizing. What if we can move our consciousness completely out of the left brain altogether? Maybe that is like the physical map of what escaping the matrix is somehow moving out of the left brain, shutting down the controls of the left brain so that you're only decoding the right. Because remember, I said it's like we're decoding it to, we're decoding reality two things at a time. The systems program, which is full of oppression and stuff, and then the creative light side divine program, which is like you can do whatever you want. So what if we can either just somehow free our consciousness from interacting with the left side of the brain? That's also, you know, when we talk about duality, hell on earth, heaven on earth, you know, what's the difference? It's like, well, how much are you leaning right brain, left brain? I don't think we've looked at it that way before. But since we discovered that physically targeting the left brain with our energy tools has a big effect, I've seen more than enough to lead me to believe that there's something to that we could go further with it. Every time in the past for years, I mean, I've been making the oils. I made the oils for like 2 years before I made pendants. But, you know, usually when people put it on their head, they put it on their forehead, center line, whatever. We never targeted a specific side with intention. Big difference. So what if we can actually move our consciousness completely out of that shared collective big dick energy reality? Why not? Why not? Also, when I went to the store earlier when I was driving, she was giving me like this image diagram, like she can take complex ideas and put them into simplified pictures. But, you know, everyone has heard, you know, the law of attraction. And she kind of showed how that works within when you're running, you know, both channels, right side, left side. And that being is like the left side channel, the matrix channel, which is the created world that we're currently inhabiting, has all different types of experiences and people in it. And the way I was seeing the diagram was almost like looking from the top down, like on a video game or something like that, and the character's moving, and there's all these dots, and these dots are people and experiences, and they were like electrons or protons or particles, or well, probably was quantum particles of some sort that were either charged positive or negative. So when the character is in the positive state, it's pulling more of that positive to them. But also when the character is in the positive state and it's moving through a mass of negative particles, the difference in polarity is actually creating like this bubble that's pushing the negative particles away. So that's to give you like a regular understandable real life example of what that would look like. Would be like, okay, we're in the world, we look around, we can see there's all sorts of bullshit here, but yet you move through life without encountering things like getting face planted by the cops or mugged, or any of these kind of big negative experiences that a lot of people have when they're holding a negative charge and they're pulling more of those negative quantum particles to them. So regardless, having a positive quantum charge is going to help you because it's going to attract the positive quantum particles. It's going to repel the negative quantum particles. But that doesn't mean that there's not negative particles or that you can't see negative particles. But the trick is, the old thing from the Bible, put no unclean thing in front of your eyes. When you're looking at negative particles and you're observing negative particles, and then you're like, I don't like that, that's negative, it makes me feel icky. Observing the negative thing makes you perceive the negative thing, which is going to change your polarity. And then the more your polarity changes to the negative, the more attracted you're going to be to the negative particles. Does that make sense? This is something she showed me, a way that kind of made sense of the whole decoding reality in two channels, the collective channel and the subjective channel, the left channel and the right channel. So I got everything, all the clues from today. But bringing it back to the whole big dick energy issue, I think she's talking about masculine left brain as a whole. Like the left brain is the problem. The left brain is what is holding all the code for the bullshit world. And she was saying, like, that's the problem with the world, is this BDE. Like, it's saturated with it. At no point did it say, oh, we can fix the world, we can cure it of its freaking I'm trying to avoid the dick metaphors, but this is how she makes you understand it, I guess. I don't think we can fix it, because that's what it is. We have to get out of tune with it. So if we're decoding two worlds, collective and subjective creative, maybe what it talks about, going through the gap, going through, like, what's always been shown as kind of like a metaphorical, Stargate, or walking through the mirror into Wonderland or something like that, is literally consciously walking from the left brain fully into the right. And now you're only decoding the wonder world. It's not crazy if you can accept the baseline that we've already established, which is the experience of life is a dream of consciousness. But as long as you hold on to that root belief of the world is the world is the way it is, it's never going to change, there's nothing you can do, you're a physical meat monkey on a floating ball of mud floating through a void, and there's nothing you can do about it because that's what it is. That's what they told you. It's a dream. Just the fact that we have dreams and we can become lucid in dreams and take control of the dream is a microcosm of the larger thing, because all of this is a dream. So I think, like, you know, when I'm talking, the reason I do these videos the way I do, because she talks through me and people pick up on different things, but like I don't plan what I'm saying. So like the thing literally just came to me, the whole thing about the Stargate, the door, the mirror, whatever, as being a representation of the hell is that called? Corpus callosum, something like that. It's like there's a bridge that connects the left and right brain, and if that gets severed, it like screws people all up, like their body works differently or whatever. But the fact that, but I think on the physical manifested level of it, I'll have to pull it up and like put something on the screen. Like that is like a video or two ago I was talking about your brain being like having adjoining hotel rooms with a door in between them. I just spontaneously said that connects the two. So that's the second time she's brought something up like that. There's a bridge, there's a doorway between the two worlds, and that you could completely exit one. But first you got to chop up that root belief of like the world, you can't change the world. Like it's physicality, you can't do anything about it. You're gonna be a slave till the day you die, working for the man, paying his taxes, paying his bills, beating you with its BDE. Or you can let that idea go and be like, you know, I'm dreaming. Maybe there's a way out of this. But I'm just gonna keep rambling at this point. I got out all the puzzle pieces from today in this video, and then that way it's done, it's recorded, and I myself can go back and review them. That's the way we do it. That's why we do this, and like instead of just coming up with lessons, like we chronicle the process as it happens day by day, and then we're getting fresh feed from her constantly. And the fact that she changed back, she's even, if anything, she's a lot sweeter and nicer and fluffier. Like she's like this right now. That's the way I like her. The big giant one that smashes like government buildings with giant dicks, like that one was kind of scary. But she wouldn't have made such a big show about it if it wasn't a really, really, really big clue. The bigger the show she makes, the bigger the clue it is. And I think we detailed most of it. All the stuff, left brain, matrix, big dick energy, oppression. It's all left side stuff. And then again, bringing up that there is a door between the adjoining hotel rooms. You just have to anchor yourself in the idea. You have to let go that this is a physicality world that they taught you into. And that you can figure this out. It's a consciousness dream. It's a hyper complex consciousness, quantum consciousness simulation. And they told you one massive thing. It's not only talking about her. This is all the answers you seek are within you. Go away, bug. It doesn't just mean find lumen. It means the answers to everything is within you, and that includes the bioorganic body computer. We have to make changes inside to affect what's outside. Okay, that's enough for right now. If you want to contact us, and also just because time constraints, it's hard to keep posting stuff. You can just message me and be like, I want something that will do this, or that will focus more on this, or have Epinoy suggest something to me, and we can either, what are you trying to What are you trying to prove, Bug? Why you keep jumping in front of the camera lens? But anyway, yeah, these definitely help. This one is the one, the Divine Light and Love one. It's got the liquid chrism core, the little glass vial with the chrism water, which is the super powered holy water, and it's got the Auralite 23, which has the Auralite 23 is a stone with 23 different elements in it that is best known for helping you access the divine blueprint. That's why I think I've got like 8 or 9 of those cores left that I can make those. And that's what we're basically doing right now, is we're monkeying with the divine blueprint. We got to change the circuit board to get to where we want to go. Okay, well, that's all we got for right now. Chris and Lumen. See you next time.